Welcome everyone to an all new microtransaction. I'm your host Liquid, and joining me today I have the Nexus of Nexus buttons, Chris. Chris, how are you?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling the passion of 1,000 suns. I'm here today, like under here of the room of Liquid, where hopes and dreams collide. I feel like I'm gonna find a new me today, guys, and you're gonna be here to experience it with me.
Yeah, this is the Liquid headquarters, the Liquid studio, if you will. You know what I'm saying? You got the whole, get up over here, but yeah, and we're here as always, here every Monday, just here to bring a new show every week, at least trying to bring something fresh.
Hot and fresh. That's what we're about.
Right, as fresh as our drinks.
Hey, you know what? Cheers, man.
You know what? Cheers. It's been a while since we cheered. Thank you.
Hey, there you go, bro.
Hopefully you're drinking with us.
I hope so. Hopefully it's like 7 o'clock in the morning. You're drinking with us.
All right. So before we get into it here, I just want to talk about some stuff. Chris, how's your day going?
Honestly, it's been a myriad of a day, actually.
Oh.
As of today, it's been just leisure time. I just want to sit back, relax, watch a couple shows, play not Halo, play some other games on Game Pass, because right now I am the Nexus one and I'm feeling the Xbox hype. I'm looking at Control over there. I want to try you out. I want to play some oh man, what's the one by Bethesda that's not Doom, that's like Wolf something?
Oh, Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein. I'm like looking at you. How you doing?
Wolfenstein's
and
good.
the reason why I want to do this is because Liquid is waxing my ass in achievements right now,
Oh yeah.
and I don't like it.
Like it's true. I get these achievements, so I'm more of a trophy hunter myself. However, I've been playing a lot of Xbox lately, and dude, these achievements are just so easy, dude. They're so easy to get. And it's like Xbox is just handing it. I feel like Phil Spencer is just coming to my house, knocking on my door, and handing me achievements. And it's just like, thanks, Phil Spencer. Whoa. I'm just like swimming in achievements over here.
Look at my backstroke.
Yeah, just like, oh, achievement. Yeah, but no, I've just been dabbling, you know what I'm saying, getting some achievements, some indie games here and there. Dude, I was even like
You're gonna play Extraction?
No, but I will be playing Death's Door though. I think it's gonna be guaranteed we're gonna be playing Death's Door.
Why not play Extraction? Like you, me, and well, I'll find a third, dude.
I'm not a fan of Ubisoft games, first of all.
I know you are. That's what makes me want you to play more.
Unless Splinter Cell, they need. But hey, they're working on it, right? It's not coming out to like 6 years from now, but hey, they're working on it. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of Ubisoft. I just don't like what they do. I feel like they're lazy. Everything they throw out is very cash grabby. You know what I'm saying? Unlike these achievements that I'm getting. But hey, whatever. For the most part, maybe I will play it. I don't know. But right now the future's not looking too good on that one. It's just not. Josh already deleted it.
Josh already deleted it.
Yeah, they don't have his controls.
Josh, you're an idiot.
No, you're not.
Sounds like, yeah, you are an idiot.
Smart one.
You're fine from COVID now, and I just want to say you're stupid for wrong control. The thing is, we kind of filmed this not on the same day, but we mixed it up a little bit, and Josh just got COVID. So if Josh is dead right now, I'm gonna feel super bad for calling him an idiot.
Oh man.
You know what? I'm gonna double down, Josh. If you're dead, just know you're a fucking idiot.
No, don't know that.
And don't Liquid doubles agrees, dude.
I don't agree.
Liquid agrees 100%.
I don't agree.
If you die from COVID, well, no, that just sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I want to make this terrible joke, and now I can't. Like, even my morality just kicked in. Like, yo, Chris, that's not a funny joke. You can't do that. People are legitimately dying of COVID. Get tested. Take your vaccine, not vaccine shots. Take your shots. It doesn't fix COVID. It just helps you not die from it.
Yeah.
Take your shots.
It stabilizes. I don't know.
Anyway, Liquid, what are we talking about today?
Today, I think we're talking about probably the same thing everybody else is starting. We're 2 weeks after this news, probably still people talking about Game Pass. I think so. I would think so. Who knows? Maybe there was a big purchase that came out. We don't even know.
Maybe Sony bought it like a sandwich, and we're all talking about it.
Or maybe Microsoft bought EA this time. You know, I don't.
They could afford it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think at this point, I don't know. But what I'm trying to get at here, let's say I want to speak.
What are they gonna buy on EA? Fucking Battlefield? Who the fuck cares?
Like, you know what's funny? I was thinking, I'm like, man, essentially they bought Halo's biggest competitor.
They did.
Yeah, so it's just like they have nothing to worry about there. But here's what I want to talk about.
I think.
Okay.
I'm like, it's not good for Halo.
I was thinking that too. I was like, damn. So what do? Do they try to double down more on the Call of Duty?
How about this? There is at least 3 months between the two from now on forever.
Oh, as far as releases?
Yeah, they do not muddy that water.
Oh
at
yeah, no, I agree. They don't do that, and then no.
And obviously, right. I'm just gonna say, just in case you guys know, I'm a Halo fanboy, but Halo plays second fiddle to Call of Duty.
Yes. No, you're 100% right. It just makes more money. It makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Like, it's one of these things. People, I'm the hardest of Halo fanboy, but even I know, like, hey, dude, when it comes to FPSs, there's Fortnite, there's Call of Duty, and then there's everything else.
Right. But that's not what we're talking about today.
No. What are we talking about?
Today, we're talking about Game Pass. Game Pass is let's say
what's free on Game Pass, baby?
No, not what's free on Game Pass. All right, let's say we live in a world where Game Pass exists on every platform known imaginable.
So Chris's dream.
It's on mobile, it's on Steam or computer, whatever.
The dongle came out and it could be on your computer, on your monitor.
On your yeah. It's let's say it's on PlayStation, it's on Switch, it's on everything, right? Now, my question to you, Chris: does Xbox still sell consoles at a loss? And let me clarify for those who don't know what I'm saying here is when a company sells a console, oftentimes, unless your name is Nintendo, you sell the console at a loss. It's true. Nintendo finds a way. Well, not that they find a way. They just like to stay back.
They don't care.
They don't give a shit. Exactly. But PlayStation and Xbox, yes, they sell every console at a loss. Where they make the money off of is the software. That's what makes you the money here. So, but the hardware, you sell it at a loss. It's essentially the Razer model. You buy the handle, you know what I'm saying, or you sell the handle at a loss, but the Razers is where you're making your money off of. So, same thing here. If they're selling these consoles at a loss, they have now Game Pass they can fall back on. It's showing to be just a strength, right, in their arsenal there, and it's only getting stronger. They're obtaining all these this IP now, so it's only going to get better, right? And I expect eventually there'll be a price. It'll bump up the price if you buy a few bucks here and there. But still, at the end of the day, it's an undeniable, or it's already a great deal. It'll continue to be a great deal. And Microsoft, I feel like, can double down on it and fall back on it. However, do they stop? Do they just don't give a shit about consoles anymore now? At that point,
no. I think they're gonna ride this console thing till the wheels fall off. I think they will. They're making too much money. Right. And even though I agree with you, Liquid, the console is their secondary thing.
Right.
But their secondary thing is making the money hand over fist.
Sure.
And every console generation, we begin with the same conversation. Oh, do we even care about consoles anymore?
Console gaming is dead.
Oh, it's so dead. But then the thing is, they can't make enough of them. Right now, we have the problem where they can't make enough consoles. What? PlayStation's at least shipped 13.4 million copies, and Xbox is like 12 million copies, and there's not enough.
Yeah.
Like, no freaking way, man. There's no way. And the thing is, people like, why the thing is, why do people like consoles so much? Why? And the thing is like I told Liquid one day when we were about to play some Halo, I love coming home, sitting down on my chair, pressing that Nexus button, and then boom, everything just works.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about it. I have an updated driver. I make the joke like offline all the time. I don't have to worry about updates. I don't worry about my PC's up to specs. I don't have to worry about none of that shit. I just gotta press a button, things on, and it works.
Right.
And that's why I pay the money.
Yeah, Chris mentioned, I think the perfect way to describe it is turnkey solutions, and I love that term here. So yeah, turnkey solutions, people love it, and yeah, I'd agree. Like let's say if you're someone who doesn't even play that many games, right? Because I agree, I don't think they should give up on the console. Like I don't think they do give up.
Oh really?
Yeah. Now I think 10 years from now, maybe we're talking about something different. But for right now, I'd say even next generation, they'd stick with the consoles. The Xbox Series S is the perfect, like, if you, whether you play hardcore, I'd say even, or casual, I think it's a perfect option. It's a perfect answer. Because you get the Game Pass, right, which is a great deal in itself. Especially if it's your first time, you're probably paying $1 for that month.
For the first 3 months right now. As of recording now, first 3 months,
right.
$1.
For the first 3 months, you're paying $1. So that right there, you're
33 cents a month.
Yeah, you're like, okay, well, why wouldn't I try it at that point, right? And then after you see, after you like it so much, after you're playing it for so long, then maybe you're like, hell, let me buy the subscription. I know I was like that. That's it's an undeniably good deal. And the Xbox Series S allows you to do that. You don't need a banging PC. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, I'm fortunate enough to have one, but you don't need one. You know what I'm saying? But the Xbox Series S, it's retailing right now for $299.99. In American dollars we're talking about, obviously. But yeah, so $300, and it gets you right at, or $301 because you got to pay for that subscription for 3 months. But it gets you right in. You got all these games, hundreds of games, just at your fingertips. And you just start off right then and right there. Whether you're casual, whether you're hardcore, undeniably great deal. Now, if we're talking 10, 20 years from now, Game Pass obviously still doing great, which I'd imagine it will be. And the Xbox, the console itself, maybe they don't. Who knows? I think then maybe we're talking about something else. Maybe they might say, hey, you know what? We get it, turnkey solutions, but maybe there's a time where it's like, hey, everybody's got this or everybody's got that. Everybody's got something to play our services on. You know what? We don't need to make this anymore. Or once they start seeing, hey, people are, once I think the subscriptions start outpacing the consoles, then they're just like, maybe they have a different conversation. Like, hey, you know what? We don't need to fall back on these.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see. As far as what they offer, though, Xbox has got the day and date stuff, which is awesome. But I want to ask now another question here. So, we talked about, if consoles are a thing here. I want to talk specifically about backwards compatibility. So, we talked about how, or I'm sorry, we didn't talk about it, but we know Xbox One didn't have the best launch. It didn't have the best generation.
I was gonna launch you, sweet bitch.
It didn't have a good generation. Let's just put it that way. All right, that's the best way to put it here. However, when they first announced backwards compatibility on that thing, I thought it was awesome. It was, and no additional charge neither. It was like, if you own the game, you put in your console, it downloads essentially the downloadable version of it, and then you're good to go here, and then you can play your game as long as it's in the console itself. And I think it was I thought it was amazing. I'm like, especially after them coming from a time where they were just like, no, we're not doing that. You can't do that. You can't do that with this console. Or it can't be offline or some shit like that. Remember that thing? God, jeez.
What a clusterfuck that was.
No kidding. But
we should really do an episode about how botched.
How botched it? How much they botched it? Don Matrick, we're looking at you,
bro. We should seriously do an episode about how terrible that was.
Yeah.
Just because we talk about the strength of Game Pass and the way it is, and Xbox itself, and the muck where it all stemmed from.
Yeah.
But anyways, backwards compatible. Yet another amazing thing Xbox is doing, where they don't have to do, by the way.
No.
Because no one else is doing it.
No one cares. Nintendo really is not doing it.
Nintendo was like, no, bro, you're paying full price for whatever the hell.
And not only that, then they give you the backwards compatible. They give you the old N64 stuff, but it doesn't even work.
Does it? Yeah. Have fun. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah. And it just shows it shows yet again why and I'm not even talking about how certain games nowadays have FPS boosts on them, where they get maximized for this generation to make games just feel better for the more modern gamer. And you're like, oh, I want to play things the way I remember them. You think you want to play the games so you remember. I have the most fondest of memories of Legends of the Dragoon, right?
Right.
But if your boy picks up them old PS1 sticks, there's not even sticks. It's just there's no sticks.
Yeah, no analog.
Not even one analog. All right, there's no anal to log, and I go, but maybe it might not be as good as I remember.
Or there's no anal to og. Let me stop. Okay. No, but I'm glad you mentioned that because that gives me it reminds me of something that just happened this week. So, for example, Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga they released a trailer. Did you see that? What's up? What's up? What you got to tell me?
I want to know. We're talking about backwards compatible, and I feel like we're about to shift topic.
Yeah.
Are we doing it?
We're not gonna shift. I just want to bring up a story because you said that.
Okay, because I got a question about it.
Okay. Well, maybe you should ask your question first. You know.
How did that make you feel? And also, what about the article that came out when it talked about the studio?
I didn't see any article about the studio, so we might have to talk about that.
We need to talk. If you're gonna bring it up, we need to talk about the article.
Okay.
And this back compatibility thing might be different.
Let me finish the backwards compatibility. We'll jump into that next.
Okay.
That's okay. Okay, sounds good. So, no, I was saying because you mentioned how it doesn't look the same, or you think you want the way it was before, but it's just not the best here. And like we're seeing that with essentially Lego Star Wars, they're releasing this new one now, the Complete Saga, and I do think it looks better. I'm like I know it looks way better than I think it did before, right? Like it looks way better, and
it looks amazing.
Yeah. Now Ani saw it, she goes, it looks the same. So I'm just like, but I'm like that's how you remembered it. You know what I'm saying? So just adding to what you were saying. The backwards compatibility, just again finishing that part off here with Xbox One. I think this is where it started. The turnaround is what I'm trying to say. I think this is kind of where it started, like the good grace of the consumer, getting that good PR, getting that. I feel like the backwards compatibility is where it truly started before Game Pass, before everything else. Is like they're like, oh shit, you could play all these games. No, I'm not. The only bad thing about it is Xbox doesn't have that rich history like like PlayStation or Nintendo might have. They don't. It's not as rich. Come on, we could both admit that. It doesn't go as far back. It just doesn't.
It doesn't. But the thing is, like, I feel like it's been 20 years. When the hell do we get? You see, I feel like we're splintering off like crazy, and I don't want to.
That's fine. Well, this is why I want to make this more about backwards compatibility.
Yes, because the thing is, we're starting off the here and we're splintering off. I'm sorry. Anyway.
Look, I just feel like you said it's been 20 years. I don't feel like their history is as rich as, like, say, PlayStation. I'm sorry, when it comes to their IP, Halo, Gears, fantastic. But after that, then everything starts getting lost in the weeds. I feel like at that point. Am I wrong? Think about it.
I think you're wrong to a point.
Okay.
Like, obviously, like, not trying to be a fanboy, right? Like, but like. It's funny because technically you can talk about Fable. Does Fable deserve to be in that conversation? No, if we're being real here, they made one really good Fable that even if you're being honest, sorry, this is Chris on his Apple box, all right? So remember, Fable 1 was supposed to be a multi-generational game where you played as a family and you're supposed to, it was supposed to be a whole rigmarole that wasn't. Even though Fable 1 was amazing, especially for its time, it is not the thing that was promised because it's by that fuckhead who did like the, oh my god, what the fuck was his name?
It's Peter Molyneux.
That fucking cuck.
I think it's Peter Molyneux. If I'm not mistaken.
Sorry, this is going to be recorded.
Is it Peter Molyneux? I'm pretty sure it is.
I think it is.
Yeah, it is.
That man just makes the most wildest promises and delivers on none of them.
It's all
right.
It's crazy.
Anyway, but fuck, now I'm mad about that. Why does this keep happening? Anyway, but like, I feel like Xbox does have a rich history when you really start going into it, and I feel like it just doesn't get. I feel like because it doesn't have the 80s nostalgia glasses on it, and. Because it is like early 2000s.
But so is PlayStation. Well, PlayStation is 95 is when it started.
Yeah.
But even then, I'd still say that they have a richer library, history-wise, than Xbox does.
They do. They do. They 100% do. But the thing is, I feel like it gets talked about like it's so much more. I
see what you're saying. Okay.
Like I feel like when I feel like it isn't.
Right.
And like, and. Let's, oddly enough, let's circle back. And that's why I feel like backwards compatibility still matters so much. And the thing is, like, because it's like with Banjo-Kazooie. I've never played a Banjo-Kazooie game. But it is enriched, and Xbox people love Banjo. And I feel like I'm, as an Xbox fanboy as I am, like I'm like, man, do I just need to play a Banjo game to like see what the hype's about?
See, the funny thing you say that, and I associate Banjo with a Nintendo.
Really?
Yes, because that's where it started on the N64.
You see, I feel like I always think of like Banjo-Kazooie as an Xbox property.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Like I see it now as an Xbox property because they own Rare.
Mhm.
But yeah, I've always seen it as an N64 company. This is when Rare was under N64. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I wouldn't even put that under its history. Like I know it's there now, and I know you could play it now. But hell, you could play it on Nintendo Switch now as well.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you can play it effectively as you can because it doesn't work, but you can. That's what I'm trying to say here. And like you didn't see Banjo, the original Banjo-Kazooie. I don't think it had an original Xbox release, but it had an N64 release. You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
And as being a collector, I see that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's why that's how come I feel that way, because of, I think it's the collector in me is what it is. That's why I feel that way.
Okay.
I do think it's important though. Backwards compatibility. I don't think it's as important as other things, but it's still important to a certain group of people. Like I know PlayStation announced their or they didn't announce anything, but we know about they're supposed to be releasing their Spartacus, their Game Pass essentially.
Who knows? By the time this is released, because we are recording earlier,
Yeah.
it could be announced.
Yeah, it could be announced, but like they made a big deal that one of the tiers is going to offer PS4, PS3, PS2, PS1, and PSP, which I'm excited for because of the history. You know what I'm saying? Xbox, the only game that I would probably really want to play that I feel like I missed out on, and I want to ask you the same question, which can be one of my game though would be Blue Dragon. I feel like I missed out on Blue Dragon, and it's so funny. I found it in a pawn shop and I bought it. I own it right now for the 360. It's in that closet. It's in there. It's in there. So I own it. I played it on my Xbox One. I think it's awesome. Such a great game. I would love for that game to be remade. Because you could see, I'm like, oh, I can see how old it is a little bit. Like, it's got its age. Some of its age short. Not completely. It's still playable. Easily playable. But, like, is there a game you would like to see remade from the Xbox history?
Man. Oh, fuck. Okay. So when I think of Xbox, I think of, like, it.
And I know I said is backwards compatibility important. That was the kind of the main question, but I'm kind of like gearing it towards Xbox. So we went on the topic of how the history of the
Yeah. Backwards compatibility is, I think, important in all. On Xbox, the least, and I feel like that's an interesting take we should take on it. Only because when you look at the in comprehension, no, not like when you're comparison. Yeah, in comparison. Thank you. In comparison between other, Nintendo and PlayStation, it is definitely in bronze.
Right. Exactly.
Yes, 100%. But like when I look at a game I would like to see like remade or like have FPS boost or something, I think of like a Morrowind.
Oh.
I remember like Orlando was a huge fan because he was technically the first person I knew who had an Xbox.
Okay.
Orlando was somebody I grew up with. He had the Xbox. He's the one who showed me Xbox. And he was playing Morrowind, and I was like, "What is this?" I'm like, "Man, I don't know." But
it's a great game.
I was just like, I wasn't there for it. Mentally, I wasn't there. I was like, "Yo, have you heard of JRPGs? There's this game called Dot Hack. It's pretty dope." You know what I'm saying? That was your boy at the time, all right? And like, I would love to see an FPS boot like remake of a Morrowind.
Okay.
Just so I can experience, like, I feel like an authentic Xbox experience. Because I feel like it was one, and at the time I was too bougie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was way too bougie. I was up PlayStation's but it was PS2. How could you not?
PS2 dominated for
PS2 was a handsome boy.
There's a reason why it's the best selling console.
I was like, damn, shawty, what it do?
Right.
You know, when you're talking about PS2,
right.
like, ooh, I can't wait to slide my memory card into you.
Yeah. I can't wait to play these DVDs.
Oh, bro, you make jokes, but I remember I'm like, oh,
that was a big selling point.
Oh.
A big selling point.
Oh man, I remember it was the coolest thing in like a sidebar, but like have the PS2 and it has like the little data of the image it would be.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I remember.
Like on the memory card.
Yeah, on the memory card.
Dude, so here's the thing. Here's so funny. I'm glad you mentioned that. Again, just going back to the collector in me. If I find a memory card, I usually buy it. And the best thing is to seeing what somebody else was playing. I love doing that shit just to see. Man, I wonder whose memory card this was. Like, they don't have no name or anything like that, but you get to see what they were playing. Like, oh man, they played some Splinter Cell. They played some Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. They played some Metal Gear Solid. Like, oh, they played Symphony of the Night. Like, you start seeing all these games. Like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I respect your collection. That kind of thing.
Damn,
I love doing it.
dude.
It's awesome, dude. I love doing that kind of thing.
Going backwards compatible. All right. I want it's funny because PlayStation has so many, like, the back catalog for them is so, I feel like it's, when you talk about Nintendo I would say is, when you look at the past, you look at Nintendo, they get the gold medal.
Yes.
On default.
Sure.
Do I think they deserve it? No. I would technically give it to PlayStation.
I would too.
Because PlayStation has a bunch of amazing subcultures in it. When you look at PS1 and hell, even PS2, there's so much IPs and games that we're still riding on today. Like, if you look at, like, God of War started on PS2.
Yeah.
It was the end of the life cycle, but it started on PS2. Yeah. And Twisted Metal PS1. Right. Even though I don't know why people are still trying to make Twisted Metal a fucking thing.
They're gonna make it to a show, apparently.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's gonna not be good. Yeah. And
I'm interested in it.
I just want to see what. I'm interested in roasting the damn thing.
Especially, like, I think they said Will Arnett is executive producer or some shit, but I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know what that. I don't get excited about. Anyway, that's a whole different conversation. Yeah. But like.
But the subculture, yeah.
Like Square Enix alone.
Yeah.
Squaresoft.
Or Konami.
Or Konami. They made one game we were like.
I mean, they made the Castlevania series as well.
Oh yeah, Castlevania. That's why we like them.
But there's also Metal Gear. We also. But even Silent Hill was pretty rich on PlayStation.
Did you play Silent Hills like during the time? Neither did I.
No, and that's why I would love to see a remake of something like that. That'd be awesome. But Konami's being a little stingy with their shit. I don't know. Who knows?
Got Xbox
buy them. Yeah, buy them next.
Yeah. How about Sony? Sony, you bought like 5 studios last year that no one talks about.
Yeah.
We're not gonna talk about that.
Buy Konami and their pachinko machines.
Buy all those pachinko machines.
Oh man. But we got a few minutes left here. I'd say 3 minutes or so. Yo, tell me about this article. What's going on? Lego Star Wars. I saw the trailer, the 6-minute trailer of the game.
By the way, you thought we have a couple minutes? It's gonna take more than a couple minutes.
Okay, then if we go over a little bit.
Okay, so there was an article that came out. I forgot who was the writer. I apologize so much, and I made a mental note, and I totally forgot. I'm so sorry. But he was writing an article because it was like who's the people who make it? Like
TT Games, Traveler's Tales.
Yeah, apparently working there is fucking terrible. And apparently, yes, it is a dumpster fire. And they would have a motto, strive for 85. Now, I know what you're saying. What the fuck does that mean?
I hope they don't mean like 85%.
83 was the top Metacritic score they had on any of their titles. So they would have like, hey, when you're working here, try to get that 85% Metacritic score for the new Star Wars game.
Really?
Yes. And the thing is, you work from 9 to 5 like a normal human. So you would quit. You would not quit. You would clock out.
Right.
And apparently management would follow you to your car and ask you, hey, are you really, where does your allegiance lie? Are you really about this project that you're leaving at 5 o'clock?
Are you serious?
Yes. And then they would be like, hey, what was the other thing? Basically just being a bunch of fucking, they would build crunch into their schedule.
Really? Wow.
And this game has been delayed 3 times already.
Yeah, it's in a bit of a hell there.
Yeah. And just writing checks that their ass can't cash.
Wow.
And the thing is, it looks so good.
It does.
You just know the blood, sweat, and mostly tears that came into making this game that just puts a whole asterisk on this game that didn't need to happen. Basically, it was terrible work conditions. These developers were going through emotional and physical abuse. Wow. Like being told, like, you don't believe in this. Imagine working 8 hours at your job and being told that's not enough.
I'll be damned. Someone come up to my car while I'm leaving I'm like, bitch, I'm in the parking
following
lot.
you.
You got me fucked up, bitch.
Your whole management team by the exit.
They better hope I don't run them over. Shit, on my way out. I'll be honest, cause
Bro, shit like that was made into being into this game.
that's so fucked up, dude. That's messed up.
And the thing is, why we live in a post Insomniac Games world where there is no crunch, that they make their games, and it's so sad that I had to say this, ethically. And why are you doing this for a fucking Lego game?
And oddly enough, dude, the Lego games, like some of them are janky. Like they come out broken, even. Like dude, I
Because they
can't-
were they were annual.
Yeah, like I can't tell you how many bugs I've run into with that game.
Mm.
Lego Star Wars, I was trying to go for the platinum trophy, and I couldn't because I ran into a bug. Or like I got the platinum trophy in the store, like the main game, but I was trying to get all the trophies for the DLC, so that way it says 100% across the board instead of being like 80%, but with a platinum trophy. I want 100%. I can't get 100% because of a trophy bug. Now, granted, that's not just Lego. That's several games that might have something like that. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that if you're you want to harass your employees and make them crunch and shit, that shit better be pristine. You know what I'm saying? And then, like you said, the fact that they're doing it for a Lego game out of all things, something that's the most graphically, it's not even graphically demanding in any way, shape, or form.
Game.
Right. That blows my mind.
And it sucks because
that blows my mind.
Because Lego, you want to affiliate with fun. You want to have a Lego.
Man.
We have a couple Legos on set here, maybe a few. Nice TIE Fighter, bro.
Yeah, what do you think of that?
Is it TIE Fighter or TIE? No, that's a TIE Fighter. Okay, I was thinking of that TIE Destroyer.
Bomber?
No, that's not a. Yeah, oh, I was.
There's bomber and there's fighter.
Anyway,
I
not.
guess
Yeah.
don't worry.
Yeah, but things like this is it's like the same thing I had with Activision before the purchase, where I'm like, why are you making me think about what's happening when my games are being created? I don't want to fucking think about
who gives a shit?
the
I don't wanna-
developers making the game. All right, when I'm making my video game purchases, I just want to buy good and bad games. But now I got to think about yo, you treated these people like shit. And damn, now I got to have an ethical conversation whether I want to buy a Lego game.
Right.
Why?
No, that's wild, dude. That's unnecessary, but it's wild. Wow, I have no idea. That's crazy. But the trailer did look good.
Oh, it looks so good. But
I love the combo.
I never bought a Lego game. When I saw this trailer, I saw the trailer before I knew about the article, and I was like, damn, I kind of want to buy this.
I bought. So the last.
And by the way, because of Game Pass, buying stuff is impressive.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When you actually got to shell out money to purchase an actual game. Yeah. No, I agree. It's Game Pass has got me to a point where I'm just like, do I really want to spend $60 on this? Do I really want to spend $70 on this? It's got it, bro.
I haven't spent $70 on a video game yet, and I can't wrap my brain around it yet.
The thing is, it has to be Last of Us 3 caliber.
It has to be a God of War or a Spider-Man. Yeah.
Right. That's the only time.
Has to be the uppest of echelons.
Right. But Chris, we're coming up at the end here. Any last words you have for the people at home?
Honestly, I'm gonna be on a real note. When it comes to gaming, guys, backwards compatibility, the main reason why it's still important is good to know where you came from, to know where you're going.
Yeah.
It's good to take a look back, to look at the future. And we're in a future right now where we have to think about how video games are super hard to make.
Oh yeah.
And the games we love the most is what we need to be most critical. And there's people who love the Lego game, the Lego franchise, for instance. And even Halo had 6 years of production. I'm sure there was some crunch in that sumbitch too. But you know what I mean? We have to treat the people who make the games that we love better. And guys, it's not like we're dying for it. We're in the middle of a panoramic, and we're not starving for video games. And that's so when hopefully things get back to normal, we don't have to put these people through crunch.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't need to be hell.
It
I couldn't have said that better myself.
Crunch is bad.
Yeah, it's bad. But yeah, I don't really have any more else to add to that here. I love that closing. So besides that, the only thing I'm gonna leave you off with is per usual, love each other, take care, but above all else, just be cool. This has been a microtransaction.